Let's go to GAA briefly. It's the other big story of the weekend. It's Moorefield's victory over St. Lomans, a miraculous comeback against St. Lomans to win their second Leinster title. Here is stalwart, legend and veteran Ronan Sweeney in conversation with Oisin Langan.
Ronan Sweeney, congratulations on a second Leinster club title of your career. Was the plan to be 3 points up at half time, but then I think 7 down with 7 to go?
Oh, of course, yeah, that was the plan. No, look, we never do anything the easy way. I thought we were comfortable enough by the end of the first half. I thought we were really kind of getting control of the game and putting huge pressure on their kickouts, but they came out strong at the start of the second half, even just winning the throw-in, scoring straight away, and within no time at all they were back level. And I thought we panicked a small bit, and they made it very difficult for us. They're a really good team, and I feel for them the way that game went. It happened to us before, so it's devastating for them, but I'm sure they'll be back again.
How did you make your way back into that game, because it looked dead and buried?
Yeah, well, when the second goal went in, I thought, Jesus, no, I didn't think we were dead and buried, but I thought we're nearly buried. One more, we were, I thought it was going to take something really, really special to bring us back into this game. And luckily enough, James Murray's interception there as they were coming out was the first time that we opened them up a little bit. They kind of committed numbers to the break, so that was the first goal opportunity we got. And I thought when we got that, then I knew that we had the wherewithal and we just the know-how to come back into this game and put real pressure on them. And then when they had a man sent off, we put serious pressure on their kick out. And the rest is history.
Is this your greatest achievement in football? I know it's very raw and emotional now, and it might be hard to judge, but I'd say it's not far off it.
No, it's not. I mean, it's unbelievable. Like I was just saying earlier on there, I genuinely believe this is the best competition in the GAA. I think the club championship, the Leinster club championship or the provincial club championship is by far the best competition that you can play in. It's just a different feel to it compared to any other game, whether it's inter-county or even your club championship at home. There's an incredible kind of sense of togetherness when you're after winning a club championship or county championship, and you're on a kind of a journey. And just the end here now today again in Portlaoise with a cup the same as all six is incredible, and we can't wait for the build up to the All-Ireland series now. We're really going to give it a good rattle and see how we can get on. I know we're playing against a monster in Currafin, but we can't wait for it.
You told me after the Rathnew game that Moorefield was special. There was a bond. You were like a family. Family is massively important. I saw you on the phone to your dad there just after the full-time whistle. That must have been a special moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he couldn't make it today, Dad. He's not 100% at the moment. But my mum was here and all my sisters, like they are every game. And my son, and my wife and kids, and Dad is, crying on the phone at home on the other end and bawling his eyes. I could hardly understand him. So he, for a minute he didn't know we won it. He thought we had drawn the game. So it was extra special. But I'm looking forward to going home and calling around to the house now, and maybe I'll grab the cup and bring it up to him for a few minutes.
And finally from me, did that last 7-8 minutes, did that kind of define what Moorefield is? Is that the definition of what you were saying after the Rathnew game to me, that Moorefield is there's something special about this group, about this club?
I think so, yeah. And I think anyone in Kildare, there's probably lots of other clubs in Kildare that don't, particularly like us, but I think they respect us because they know that, we're an honest team, and sometimes we don't do everything 100% correct, but by Jesus, we don't give up. We believe in ourselves. We fight like hell for each other. And we'll never give up, and there's a fair bit of talent there too. There was some really good scores there today, and I think there's something special, extra special this year has been brought by the management team as well. Like I have to say, like Ross and Kevin and Frank have brought just that extra something that has brought us to this place here today.
Yeah, a bit of Kerry magic there as well with Jack and obviously Eanna and the brother.
Bit of Kerry magic as well, yeah, because their influence has been huge, over the last 3 or 4 years. Jack is more of an influence this year as well, which and it just fits perfectly well. I see Eanna up there collecting the cup with the Kerry hat on him. He's not going to forget where he's from anyway, that's for sure. But they're huge in the club, and it's great to have Keane back now for the All-Ireland semi-final, because he was a big missing link in the chain today.
Rocky, well done.
Thanks a million.
Miracle of Moorefield. I'm joined by Eanna O'Connor. Eanna, what were you thinking with about 10 minutes to go, we'll say in the 53rd minute, when they just got their second goal and looked like they were going to romp home?
We thought we'd keep at it. Our mantra is keep fighting till the last whistle. We've been in that situation several times before, and we really fight well, and we have our backs to the wall, so delighted for the win.
What brought you into it? What was the difference in that last, I was going to say 7 minutes, but it was really 10 minutes when you take injury time into account?
I'd say we just didn't make many mistakes. We forced Lomans into plenty of mistakes. It took the it took the Shenandoah Ronan Sweeney to get us back into the game. So we just kept fighting and we showed great composure there towards the end.
And you used the ball well and you stayed calm. Where does that composure come from?
Well, we got together the 16th of November 2016. Absolutely delighted. We put in some really, really hard work over Christmas. Look, the composure, we work on it every week in training. We're just delighted. It's all from hard work.
Go and enjoy the celebration.
Thanks very much.
Time for one more special guest on the show, and I'm delighted to say Jack O'Connor joins us. Jack, a proud father yesterday. You've obviously been involved in some unbelievably successful teams, from schools to underage to inter-county. How does yesterday compare in terms of the enjoyment that you took from it?
Yeah, it was a really dramatic finish there. Shane, to be honest with you, I was just saying to my young player, Eanna, we won a Hogan Cup with Colossus Skelligan in the same pitch in 2009, and he got a goal with the last kick of that game to win it by a point. And but yesterday to come back from 6 down with a minute to go in normal time was something else, and it's a testament to the spirit and the character of that club, Moorefield, you know, and. Just really dramatic and fantastic to be part of it.
That 09 game isn't the famous game against Jarlath, is it?
No, that was a semi-final in 2002. This was a Hogan Cup final in 09, which we actually won, and it was a very dramatic and a very special game for myself and my family. But yesterday was all about Moorefield and the spirit that they've shown. I suppose was testament to the spirit that they've shown all the year, because they were in serious holes, you know, not just yesterday but in several games during the year, and it's no coincidence that they keep coming back. Yeah, I do like, it's great to see somebody like Ronan Sweeney at this stage of his career getting the sense of fulfilment. Now, afterwards, in the aftermath of it, he said, "This is the greatest competition I've ever played in," and I can totally understand why anybody like Ronan Sweeney, you know, 17 years after he kind of burst onto the national consciousness in the year 2000 as part of that Kildare team that beat the Dubs, finally kind of getting that sense of fulfilment and enjoyment from this. Yeah, he's a remarkable man. I mean, he's threatened to retire several times in the last 2 years, but he's just a remarkable leader of men. And you know, his best years are behind him when it comes to, you know, athleticism and maybe pace and whatever. But he's got a character and leadership ability that you can't buy. And I think you know, himself and James Murray in the last, I suppose, 7 or 8 minutes of that game, you know, they more than anyone pulled it out of the fire, because, you know, many of the team would have given up, many players would have given up, but they just kept going, and you know, I'm 30 years involved in coaching, but it still comes back to the leadership of players on the pitch. That's what it comes down to. You know, managers and coaches and whatever can only do so much, but if you have players on the field who would never say their attitude like Ronan Sweeney, you always have a chance, and just tremendous for him. Like, you know, at this stage of his career, I think he's 37. You know, to be still able to produce it and still, you know, still produce moments of magic like that.
Morning, Jack. You mentioned Colossus Skellige there. You've obviously been involved fairly successfully with Cairns O'Rahilly's in the past, so you're well used to the non-county scene and having good success with club teams and with college teams and stuff like that. But this, just by the way you're talking there, this seems to be one of the most special moments. Like, you're involved with the Kerry under-20s, you're a busy man, but this seems like something you're very emotionally invested in, this Moorefield team.
Well, it's self-interest in a way, like, because my 2 young lads are up here. You know, Cian and Eanna are working up here in Kildare now, and that's where their roots are. And sure, it's just fantastic for me to be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, come up and see the lads and help the Moorefield lads out. So it's fantastic for me. I mean, I'm enjoying every bit of it, and it's great. It's great to sample the, you know, the spirit of Kildare up here, and the spirit of club football up here. It's great. Like, it's a bit different to Kerry football, and it's it's just a tremendous experience for me, you know. Myself and my wife have had a great year, you know, up and down to the lads and going to the matches. So she wasn't able to go yesterday, unfortunately, because she had a recent operation, but she was watching on the box. But yeah, I have to say, you know, I've enjoyed every minute of it, and you know, really looking forward to, you know, to getting maybe stuck in with the lads after Christmas and having a right cut at this, because, you know, it's once in a lifetime chance, you know. Kildare clubs, you know, don't win an awful lot of Leinster club championships, and you know, this is a great chance for Moorefield. You know, with the spirit they have, they can really have a go at this thing, you know.
Eanna said it was a bit different from Kerry club football when he first moved up as well. What are the differences, Jack?
Well, look, I mean, I suppose it's in the Kerry DNA that you know, we move the ball probably more by foot down there, whereas in Kildare it's by and large their natural game is a running game. You know, I mean, for example, the Moorefield half back line yesterday kicked 3 points from play, whereas maybe in Kerry we'd probably say that the half back's job is to feed the forwards and feed the inside forwards especially. But you know, I think that's the main difference. I'm not saying which is better or which is worse or whatever. I'm just saying that is a big difference. You know, that Kildare would probably play more of an emphasis on athleticism and running, and Kerry probably would put more of an emphasis on kicking. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying one is better than the other, you know.
That's all right. I'm from Kildare. I can say that the Kerry way of doing things has been a bit more successful down through the years. You can be polite and not make that point. Just one last thing about this, obviously. Eanna is kind of really shooting out the lights at the moment, and looks like he would not be out of place at all in intercounty football. Is that something that you think could be part of his future, and that he would be interested in playing intercounty football with Kildare?
Look, I'd be honest with you. The main thing at the moment is that, you know, he's settled in his job. He has a full-time job now down in Port Allen, and working with a good Kerryman down there, Pat Gallivan from Dingle, and he's happy in his job, and he's happy in life in general, and he's enjoying his football. That's at the end of the day, football is a pastime. It's not to be all and end all to play intercounty football. Himself and Cian are really enjoying their football at the moment. I'm enjoying having an involvement with them. That's where it's at. Sure, look, when this campaign is over, you know, that's for another day. But right now, he's enjoying his football, and when you're enjoying something, you're usually better at it, you know.
Jack, just before we let you go, I must ask you about David Clifford, because obviously with the new rules coming in next year, if he plays with the seniors at any point next year, he's not going to be eligible for your under-20s team. Has there been an agreement reached yet with him and Fitzmaurice about how this is going to work?
Yeah, well, we've had a chat about it, yeah, along with the chairman, Tim Murphy, yeah. And look, I mean, more than anything else, you know, I'd love to have David Clifford involved with Kerry on the 20s next year, because, you know, he could be the difference between us winning it and not winning it. But, you know, he's such a remarkable talent that he you know, the least he deserves is a go with the, you know, with the Kerry seniors in the National League. And I think that'll tell, you know, the National League will tell whether he's up to the level or not. You know, he will get to the level, but whether he's up to that level this year remains to be seen. And he's a remarkable talent. He's the best minor we've seen, I suppose, over the last 20 or 30 years. And the only minor that I can think of that came close to being as dominant as in the only Kerry minor was Seamus Moynihan that I can think of. Moynihan was a remarkable minor. He was a senior. You know, 6 months after playing minor. So remains to be seen. He's a remarkable talent, but you know, if he doesn't make the cut this year, he'll have to make it, you know, in the next year or so.
Jack, it sounds like you're loving being involved with the various teams that you are involved with at the moment, that your passion for football is burning as brightly as it ever did.
Oh, sure, listen, hi, come here, sure, that's what we'll be doing, you know. There's a great pastime, and it just keeps us young and keeps us motivated. And, you know, I have to say that the bit of a campaign over Moorefield has given me great enjoyment. And the last time I took a bit of a sabbatical from inter-county football was between 06 and 09, and I got involved with Kevin O'Reilly's in 08, and they gave me a great love and passion back for the game again. And it's just tremendous to be involved. It keeps us motivated and keeps us energised.
Is that important that you actually do get the chance to re-energise with the grassroots and with underage teams? Because sometimes, especially the way inter-county and the pressures and the scrutiny that you're under as an inter-county manager, you can forget why you fell in love with the game in the first place.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because in inter-county football, you're in a kind of a bubble, and sometimes you don't see what's going on around you. And when you get back involved with a club, you see how much it means to people. And if you were in Newbridge last night and up at the club there in Moorefield, up at the clubhouse, you'd have seen the passion and how much it meant to people. And maybe sometimes, at inter-county level, we forget that. We're living in a kind of a bubble and a bit divorced from maybe the grassroots and a bit divorced from reality. So, club football really is where it's at. It's where the real passion is, and I have to say that it's opened my ears to a bit of reality.
Good stuff, Jack. Enjoy the rest of the Christmas and the rest of the campaign. Thanks a million for joining us.
Come on, thank you.
Jack O'Connor there giving us some thoughts on the Moorefield win yesterday.